And I'm here to show you my website on how easily the brain can be fooled by fear or your own fear response. I have three things that could commonly startle or frighten people. These are like the most common ways. So I've got roller coasters, scary movies, and nightmares. So let's start off with nightmares. So after you wake up from a nightmare, you're still half asleep, and since your senses are still dulled, and that you woke up from the nightmare being afraid, you automatically think that you're still in the nightmare, and remember how afraid you were, which is making you more afraid. So this has to do with your reptilian brain and amygdala, which are two parts of your brain that are going to be explained later, but they're really important in fear response. So basically the amygdala controls your hormones, like the release of hormones, which is triggering like different types of things that could happen, like the adrenaline rush. And then and your reptilian brain is the part of your brain that determines whether a situation is dangerous, and then fires signals to the other part of your brain, and one of those is the amygdala, which again sends off signals. Scary movies. One of the reasons scary movies appeal to some people is the feeling after the movie. For some, that adrenaline rush afterwards feels awesome. For some others, it's horrific. The adrenaline rush increases heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration, and that's what freaks some people out. People who love that rush normally love roller coasters or thrilling activities. Roller coasters. Your family tells you it'll be fun, and you believe it. You slowly lift to the top of that track hill, and your stomach and brain switch places. How is this fun? Your family is cheering for joy? You don't understand. Why? Roller coasters appeal to the same part of your brain that enjoys horror movies, extreme sports, and other activities that give you an adrenaline rush or startle you. If our brains are hardwired to enjoy controlled fear, then why do some hate coasters? Well, some are afraid of being afraid, and afraid of not being able to control their fear. And some people just don't like the feeling of the adrenaline rush. Now, all of these have to do with, these are three things that have to do mostly with your reptilian brain system and your amygdala, which is going to be explained right here. Alright, what parts of the brain help us handle fear? Alright, fear isn't just an emotion, but a biological instinct designed to help us survive. One of the parts of our brain that helps us with fear is the amygdala. The amygdala is a peanut-sized part of your brain that determines whether a situation is dangerous, then fires signals to other parts of the brain. This also triggers the release of hormones, which causes reactions like muscle tensing and sweating. And as you can see right here, this is the amygdala in the picture. Alright, the reptilian part of our brain, now this is about the reptilian brain, is thoughts come from our reptilian ancestors, and it includes all the main parts of a reptile's brain. The reptilian system is reliable but tends to get somewhat compulsive or dramatic. For example, when you're experiencing some kind of anxiety, like a scary movie, your reptilian brain will tell you that you're in danger. That's the reason you get scared while doing things like that. When you break down why you're so scared later on, it doesn't make sense. Your reptilian brain has fooled you with irrational anxiety and fear. Since you're not afraid now, you can't understand it. Alright, and the general idea in summary. So basically, when you're encountering something your reptilian brain thinks is dangerous, your amygdala releases hormones that cause reactions. Your reptilian brain, of course, is being a little dramatic, which can be good in a real situation, but not in a scary movie, roller coaster, nightmare, or anything else that is pleasurably thrilling. It's not, in that situation, it's not necessarily a good thing. Alright, so if we go back up here, now you'll understand better the explanation of the amygdala and reptilian brain. altering with your thoughts about nightmares, scary movies, and roller coasters. A lot of the time, people know, like people who like roller coasters and scary movies, normally are able to control their fear and know that it's not really happening. People whose reptilian brains are more like a little more less able to enjoy controlled fear don't really like roller coasters or scary movies as much. And I think that is mostly it. But yeah, again, that's over here is the amygdala, and that is the reptilian part of your brain. And then the neocortex and limbic system don't really have as much to do with fear response. So I think that is mostly it. Again, I'm Regan in Mr. Solaris' class, and this is my Passion Time project. And thanks for watching.